Hey guys, so as you may have seen in a recent post, a whole bunch of Predictas were picked up and shipped back to their owner along with the Zenith porthole set. I did not get the Dumont done in time, but it will get done. I'm still working on it. Unfortunately, not much rest for the weary because another load got dropped off simultaneously, same owner. Now, we said I could take my time with these. Which is great, but I also have other customers that have been queued up, so we're just going to keep going. What I want to do in this video is show you some of what's been dropped off and take a look at the basement with all those TVs gone. So, along with the Dumont Rumson that I've started working on, and you will see in a video coming up soon, here's what else we have to look forward to. That is a 1950 Philco. I have 3 or 4 from that same model year, which I think are all the same chassis, but this is a very different cabinet style. These are all the 50T14 series. I think this might be the 1400. I have a 1401, a 1402, a 1403. I think this is a 1400. Ooh, didn't realize the back was gone. Now, these sets are a lot rougher than the earlier ones I've been working on. This is missing the back. The cap is ripped off the picture tube. Picture tube might be bad. Also have a GE locomotive, the later variety with the double D mask, which unfortunately got caved in. He thinks that maybe all the broken bakelite might have fallen inside, in which case, yeah, it could be super glued back together, bondoed, painted. It's not a complete loss, so we'll do what we can with that. This Zenith set, 52, 53, 54, something like that. Looks kind of cool. I especially am impressed with the safety glass that they actually cut this out. Usually in the past I'm used to seeing a rectangular piece of glass with a plastic bezel on top of it. But this, they did some nice glass work on it. That being said, it's a lower end set. We do have this emblem. It's around here somewhere. And it's falling apart. It's not a very sturdy cabinet. I think it is real veneer, but it has seen some dampness. The joints are all opened up, missing the back. It's rough. This should look familiar to you because I just restored mine, and mine is over there. It's an RCA AT241. That is the second generation RCA workhorse chassis. This one was a bit of a mouse house, a bit of an odor. It's got surface corrosion, probably from rodents being in it. I think it's missing the back. Do have the top. It's over there. Do what we can. I'm not entirely looking forward to working on that just because of the condition. This is a Crosley. I was about to say Fata, but no, it's a Crosley. But that's a clone. I believe it's a clone of the RCA 630 TS chassis, which is the older version of this chassis. That is my set. I think that has the same chassis as that. Emerson 571 should look familiar because I have the same set. I stopped working on mine because I knew he was sending this to me. If you recall, mine has been butchered. Some weird hacks in it. His looks to be in good shape, and if it's all original, I can use it as a great model for fixing on mine. I'll do them both at the same time. This is an RCA chassis. I believe it's the same as that chassis, or very similar, and it goes in this. It's the console version of that tabletop, basically. Kind of a nice looking little cabinet, but I think this is all faux finish. For some reason in 49, RCA really went with the faux finishes. They were starting in 48 with the AT241, 9T241, these. So this, I believe, is real wood. But this is not. I mean, it's wood, but it's not mahogany veneer. I guess to save a couple bucks. This is real veneer though on top. So, yeah, of this group, this is one of the nicer ones. And there's something very different. It's solid state, Zenith. the guy who dropped it off and I were kind of guesstimating on the year. I'm thinking early 70s. Might be a little later than that. They kept using tubes for a while. And for a while they were hybrid sets, but this is solid state on the front. Anyways, yeah, so this is something very different for me, for sure. But that's good. Need to see the same TVs over and over and over. Push button Helicrafter 7-inch electrostatic set. I did one like this ages ago. I think that's it for out here. We already brought some inside. This is the chassis out of my Stromberg-Carlson, the one I picked up at the early television foundation, which has been sitting out in the garage for the past 3 or 4 months because I couldn't handle it on my own. We got it inside. We took this out because between taking this out and the phonograph, it took more than half the weight off the set, I think. But I just wanted to give you a taste of things to come. This I'm looking forward to working on. It's got everything. AM, FM radio, an I-tube, a massive chassis, metal cone CRT. It's got a crazy tuning dial mechanism, so that should be a lot of fun, I'm hoping. So the plan is, because he's not in a huge hurry, is I have a few other customers. Some of their sets are just about done. I have a couple more I haven't started, but should go fairly quick. Then I'm going to start mixing on some of mine, and then we'll start mixing in some of these. So there are a couple more in the house. Let's take a look at those right now. Now here's something I haven't been able to do in a while. Go into the basement through the back door. There's actually some room. I gotta do some major reorganizing now too, that I've got some room. Okay, here's another set he brought, which is an all-transistor Sony portable. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. There's a lot of these around. I've heard these are not much fun to work on, but we'll do what we can. It's one of the first all-transistor sets, all solid-state sets, I should say. Here's another one of his sets. It is hard to see, so let me move some stuff around. Here's sort of a better look at it. It is another Zenith porthole. It's a 16-inch, though, in the console version. I think it's an appealing design. Not super fancy, but not super plain either. It's probably a 16 EP4 metal cone picture tube, which are impossible to replace. But it might also be a GP4, which is also metal cone, but a little more common. We'll find out sooner than later. Has the wrong knobs, but I can probably track down the right ones. He also dropped off this nifty 7-inch Sentinel electrostatic set. I think I have 1 or 2 of these of my own, maybe under different brands. I think Airline, Silvertone, maybe Firestone also sold the same basic set. But this is the Sentinel. I believe they were the ones who actually made it in Evanston, Illinois. It's unusual in that it's vertical, sort of trapezoidal, picture tube on top. And it's heavy. I think it has a power transformer and 2 chassis inside, so that'll be interesting to work on. There is also this GE portable two-tone. I have somewhat similar sets, smaller picture tubes under the brands Airline and I think Sonora. Series Strong, kind of a cheap-ish, weird design, so that could be interesting to work on as well. So, job number 1 for sure is to drastically reorganize things. I have a bunch of sets for other customers that are almost done, sets that you probably thought were done and gone already, but no. So there's Westinghouse, there's Stromberg-Carlson TC10, they're both working. They just need the final touches. I have been trying to do projects in the order they came in. So that's why those got sidelined a bit, because the guy with all the Predictas came before anybody else, so I wanted to get him all his sets back. And a lot of these others belong to customers too, like that RCA, so about 2/3 of what you see is not mine, and will go away at some point. Okay, so yeah, job one is to free up even more sets, reorganize. I also want to sell off and maybe donate some older stuff. And then there is one huge thing I don't want to mention it on the channel yet because it's not in my possession yet. But I did tip my hand on Patreon, but something very special is in transit right now. I'll talk about it when it gets here, but it is going to be the biggest, heaviest thing in my collection, so I got to start preparing for that. Also, somebody, a local collector, has expressed interest in some of my sets, so I want to pull some of those out, and I might be selling a few, which will be a good thing. But yeah, the past year of Predictas has been an adventure. So yeah, basically, Predictapalooza is over. I still have more content to post, but the actual work is just about done. Funny thing is, most of the remaining Predictas work to be done are my sets. I never got around to actually finishing any of mine, one of which is down here in the corner. Okay, a bit overwhelming, to say the least. That's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your support.